What's up, pups? How's everybody doing? What's up, Titus Pedro? Smash the like button on your way in. What's up, Super Snake? Yeah, we'll talk about it. What's up, Love Matters? What's going on, Josh? What's up, Cebu? What's up, DJ Pollywood? Smash that like button. Good evening, everybody. Dolly Parton has passed away, and it's very sad. Very sad, man. She's an interesting lady, right? Very interesting lady, man. She's been around. Yeah, she's been through. She's like part of Americana, you know? Crazy. Yeah, there's all kinds of conspiracy theories coming out about it right now. And that's to be expected. I mean, I guess we are in the year of the conspiracy theory officially. All our conspiracy theories have come true. There are no longer conspiracy theories.
I do not get into that. Of course, I have my opinion about everybody and everything. But I learned a long time ago, keep your damn mouth shut if you want to stay in show business. I'm not in politics.
She was a smart lady. She really got around. So, wow. Interesting stuff, man. Then we got madness in Tibet. What's going on in Tibet, dude? Yeah. Crazy, man. There was a flash flood in Tibet. You guys know about that, right? I don't need the news music. This is real. I guess you guys saw that, but there's a ton of videos coming out now. Like this one. Oh, wrong button. I'll make this bigger. That's a village. Oh, I don't want to hear this right now. This is just completely wiped out, man. Everyone gone. Apparently, it was ice melt from up in the mountains. These people are like running. They're like, "What's going on?" And people are mining. They're realizing the dams are breaking down. Oh my God. It's like civilians and stuff. Are these people down here? What are they doing? You can't see that, can you? Let me get rid of that. What are they doing? They're just standing there. What else? What can you do? Right? What can you do? Wow. So this is in Nepal somewhere. Somewhere in Nepal. It was a magnitude earthquake happened. It triggered an ice avalanche. Okay. And I guess the ice releases water or starts melting very quickly, right? And it just starts coming down. Oh, okay, I get you. So the ice started coming, filling up probably this reservoir, a lake, and it over-flooded it very quickly. But, Mother Nature, man. Crazy stuff. Oh, this is an actual glacier. I didn't see this. What does it break or something? Oh, there it is. Is that all it took? That's all it took? Oh my God. This is the most compressed ice, the dark blue, when it's dark blue like that, and the white is more fresh. So this is the deepest part of the glaciers turning over. If you see dark blue like that, it's usually a bad sign. Wow. Jeez. Oh, look at it. There's so much footage. How's the audio, by the way? I guess it went out. This one's weird, but oh man. Oh, this is that site. There's a lot of people filming, so tons of videos. Is that the whole dam? Wow. This is fast forwarded. I mean, the whole village just gone. Whole village. Thousands and thousands of people. Crazy, man. I guess this one's playing in fast. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey. Whoa. Wow, that's crazy. The whole bridge gone. Yeah, man. You know, we are mere humble little people. Very, very sad. Hey, you can't do anything, you know? Nothing you can do. You don't even get, you know, like a tsunami, you have some warning, right? The water pulls out. I guess they have sirens. This is just literally... Jeez. That is crazy. I mean, they're yelling, but their voice, you know, all these people, I guess they're hearing it. They're hearing something happening. I'm sure they heard the sound of the water, which you can't hear right now. But these people on the ground, they probably heard it. And where are they going to go? Oh, man. Even if you climbed to the highest point you could get to, even if you did that, what chance would you have against Mother Nature right now? This is, wow. This is crazy. And this one has made its way. I think most people saw this one, right? These are people working at the dam, I guess. Yeah, just a reminder, you know, you got to live your life. You got to get things done, man, because when you don't know where you're going to be or when the time is up. And when the time is up, the time is up. All right. Jeez. I mean, all these people, I guess, got lucky if they climbed on their roofs. But who would have known, right? We saw a ton of homes just get washed away, and it, depending on where you were, I guess, and how much force you got hit with. Oh, it's like a school bus. Oh, man. We got the video, so I guess they made it, right? But... Jeez. Some other level fear unlocked, right? Look how normal it was right now. But it looks like they have some sirens blasting. You can see the people running. Still pretty normal. But obviously they got some heads up that it was coming, right? And you're in a valley. You're in a valley. Where are you going to go? You got mountains on each side. Dude. Nothing, dude. Crazy, man. Well, you know, I've been following Stephen Burns. I still talk to him. Once in a while we chat a little bit. We talked about doing a stream again, so he's really busy because of everything's acting up right now. The Pacific Ring of Fire is really active right now. It's extraordinarily active, so maybe 2026 is going to be a good time to sell assets, or beginning of 27, because maybe Mother Earth has more surprises for us. But the thing is, you know, it's these They have these machines that they can amplify all these bad things and make them worse than they need to be. You know, you see with the rains and the storms and stuff. So they can amplify it if they want. Turn everything into a weapon. So we got some interesting times ahead. It's a snow rock slide. Crazy, crazy stuff, man. Absolutely nuts. All right, what's going on, everybody? What's up, Salty Dog? What's up, Odds Octopus? How's it going? CB Yeah, sounds good. Okay, good. That's the question, man. What's up? Perma Shrimp in the White House. Thanks, Mr. Wolf. Harp. Well, this one may not necessarily be Harp, right? I mean, it's genuinely we have stuff like acting up right now, and it's all been really predicted for a long time. You know, Stephen Burns has been talking about all this stuff for a while, letting us know what's going on, and you know, it is what it is. Oh, that's a good looking mama. What the heck's that? Wait a minute. What? Drunken Sailor bought, purchased another 1 billion Pulse X. 2 trillion Pulse X has been burned off the market forever. Drunken Sailor. Nice. I like it. I love it. Is this an inside joke? What is this? I didn't know about this. Drunken Sailor. That's awesome. 10-year-old. Oh, man. Krispy Kreme stock has crashed 90%. Krispy Kreme. Yeah, it used to be fresh. Nothing's made fresh anymore. Nothing's made fresh anymore. Wait, where's that? Rain's a little heavy. All right. What else is going on in crypto, man? PulseChain. PulseChain was not doing well today. And Britap updated us. And thank you to Coffee Crypto for sending this to me just a few minutes ago. I appreciate it. We have like, there's a crypto coffee and a coffee crypto, right? So the one who sent it to me isn't a streamer. All right. I don't know if that's his second account or it's just somebody who has a similar name. That gets me confused. Looks like Pretep is pushing an update and fix the PulseChain bridge issues now that the FUD is cleared and things have resolved. Resume the pump. All right. So we had a little issue, a little hiccup here. It can happen. You know, all things considered, it's been running pretty well. All right. But that's the thing we've talked about so many times on the chain that, you know, in the way things have been, you don't know if you have uptime yet. It's when volume picks up, like it just did, and then you find out where your problems are, right? Like, so we got volume, and we finally found some of the cracks, right? We sealed them, so it's good. The ship's not sinking. We're good. It was a perfect place to pull back. Anywho, we were absolutely overbought, and it was quite normal. All right, update is live. We got an update. All things are good. Let's check in on crypto. See what happens. NVT just broke a trend line. That's been in place for a decade. Is that good? Is that bad? All the rich guys want Asian girls. It's true. I know a lot of guys in crypto, they have Asian girlfriends. It is true. There's something going on there. But they're cool, you know. I mean, they're beautiful, right? I mean, you know, the thing is, I think guys in crypto work a lot too. And a lot of, you know, they want someone who makes things copacetic, right? How do you know you're mid-cycle? Some people are saying upper log resistance band. It's business cycle, bros. I mean, we're definitely going to enter a really amazing cycle. There's no doubt about it. Oh, did I just mess something up? What happened? Huh? My For You page has gotten a little weird. Let's see what's in here. Trending. Oh, this is interesting. Let's click on, where's Bitcoin? Bitcoin's not even trending? Come on. Let's see what everybody's saying. Oh, there we are. We're going. Oh, that's from last night. Why is BTC not gaped from 80 to 90 in a single 4-hour candle yet? The longest cycle yet. Bull phase began last month. Crypto's catching up. Always has. Who's Tech Dev? Is that Asian guy? I thought he sold. Bitcoin is almost as BS as fiat money. Oh, so Elon Musk does not like Bitcoin. Is that what's going on here? He's fudding Bitcoin. Bitcoin is almost as BS as fiat money. I thought Elon was pro-Bitcoin, wasn't he? It's old tech, Richard Hart says. I built something better. Technology moves forward. Bitcoin would have tripled your net worth. Maybe. It's not that easy, you know. Somebody has, well, I don't know. I'm sure Elon has some Bitcoin. Have fun staying poor, Elon. That's funny. Peter Schiff chimed in. Actually, it's more BS. It's digital fiat that's not legal tender. It's not acceptable by any sovereign for tax payments. No traditional use, either medium of exchange or unit of account, and it's not used in financial contracts. Loans, insurance, rents, employment, etc. Thank you, Peter Schiff. A lot of people don't like Bitcoin, huh? I think Bitcoin is in a little bit of trouble. Okay, I'm going to be totally honest with you. Like, I'm not bearish on crypto. I'm more bullish on PulseChain. I think that people are going to realize soon why a lot of people just don't doubt PulseChain, even though, like, obviously the price action sucks. It's been rough, okay? Like, it really has been rough. And not because of the price action. I don't care. I can make money back, okay? It's because of the time, all right? But one thing I can say for sure is when you have people like Layla Halpern, is that who her name is? And she's one of the biggest Bitcoin reps or whatever. I would say a top is in. Like, we're going to see a major correction in Bitcoin, okay? I don't know if it's right now or if it's in spring of 2027. That's a tough one. I think we're all asking the same question, right? Is it going to be next week? Is it going to be Friday? Is it going to be November? Or is it going to be April or March? Like, how much time? But I think there's going to be a major correction because you've got, you know, these people like Layla Halpern and people like her, and I'm probably not even saying her name right. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? All these people who are like these Bitcoin bulls, and they're just fake, right? They're propped up by exchanges or different things to make it look like these are like traders and stuff. And I meet them all the time. Like, I was at a bar, it wasn't a blind date, but my friend was like dating this girl, and her friend came and she started talking to me about Lambos and stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck is this girl talking about? And then she turns out she's like a crypto guru, like Layla Halpern, and she's not obviously a crypto guru. She's just like paid by some rich person to parade around in luxury vehicles and luxury things. And, she was cute and stuff, but she just weirded me out. And I didn't like pursue it. And but I didn't know what her shtick was. Was she trying to get liquidity? Is she trying to pull people in? Same like Layla Halpern, all these people, right? So these are just, to me, like a lot of these top signal things of like a macro correction needing to come. And does that line up with Sailor as well? I don't know, okay? There's definitely issues we're seeing, but as we can see, they can keep pushing it up for a while longer, for sure. But I do see a major, major correction coming for Bitcoin. All right. I just don't know where that will be exactly, right? We're trying to figure that out. Been crunching stuff all day, looking at different things. And in my private group, I share a few more details on the videos, and I shared some of the things yesterday. So you should click join if you want more insights and very up to date on how I'm seeing things. But that being said, I think we're in the best place you could be here on PulseChain. I know a lot of people in crypto want to kill me for saying that, but I really do believe that. You know, as whatever mistakes, nobody's perfect. I'm sure RH made mistakes and this and that. But in general, the way I see it is the same way I saw it back in 2023. It's a bit of a, I don't know if I'd call it a life raft or a Noah's Ark, but I think it's going to be an island over here that can be a little bit independent from the general crypto world is what he's going for. And obviously, if we get a stable coin or if we get multiple stable coins, well, nothing's changed in 2023. That's also just taboo, right? I made a video in, I think, 2023 or 2024 called A Trope of the Wall Street Crypto. And I talk about how my mind saw PulseChain coming together and why I thought a Tropo was very important. And I also thought a decentralized stablecoin was important too, which I talk about in that video. And I think that video is still relevant today in 2026, just as it was in 2024 when I made it. Like my thesis has not changed for PulseChain or for Tropa or anything, right? It's just been a lot more of a time sacrifice than I think any of us expected, right? Now we're in blood time, you know. But these things take time to play out. And I think RH sees it too. I remember him talking about like it's top of the S-curve and this and that. And, you know, I don't know exactly what he meant by that. I mean, I know what that is and what have you, but I don't know if he explained it, but I kind of understand. And as we're seeing these people come out, or when I'm at the bar and I'm meeting like a cute girl that my friend's setting me up with on a blind date, who's into me, and then she's talking to me about like, you know, this luxury lifestyle she has. I'm like, oh, great. And then, you know, I look her up and she's like a Layla Halipern type character. And, yeah, I'm like, what is going on? How are all these like, you know, young girls in mini skirts, crypto, you know, Bitcoin gurus all of a sudden? I'm like, okay, this has to be some kind of like topish signal of something, you know, or at least a big correction needs to happen to spank these people, because, you know, I know how hard it is, you know, these people, there's so many of them too. I met another one also as well. And same thing, cute girl, you know, Bitcoin guru. You can join her trading group. I'm like, what? And they're always at like expensive hotels, and, you know, their Instagrams just like them in Lambos and champagne. And I'm like, you know, I do this for a living. It's very difficult, and my eyes hurt, right? Like, I don't think they're really doing anything. Same with Layla Halipern. They're propped up by some type of investment group or Michael Saylor or some web of something, maybe subsidized by BlackRock. Who knows? You know, we don't know how big these webs are that prop these things up, right? And but to me, it's absolutely a signal of something bad. So I couldn't be in a better place, really. You know, I'd rather be here than there, because we're still at the lows. Even if we smack down, it's not a big deal for me. You know, it has to play out the way it has to play out. I'm sure RH is also feeling it out. You know, what are these? How are these people timing this out and doing it? Because they are gonna. I think they are gonna rug Bitcoin. Not rug it like it's gonna be gone, but I mean, it's gonna face something. You know, all these people need to be cleaned out. You know, it's not possible. I'm meeting so many of them too. Like very similar to Layla Halpern, because I'm at kind of like these top places and rooftop venues here, and I'm like, you know, seeming to like run into all these girls in mini skirts that are like Bitcoin gurus. I'm like, what is going on? What is going on? These women, oh man, Layla Halpern, they're like, we're bearish, we're bullish, my trading group is up. I'm like, you're not though. You're not. Why are you reacting to 2020 posts? Where are we at with 2020 posts, bro? I don't even know what you're talking about, buddy. Something to prove. Who's this BVM30? Buddy. La Pampa. Squatters off the balcony. Let's see what else is going on here. Bitcoin monger. Yeah, Bitcoin has been quite bearish. We're going to go bullish. And, it's going to be interesting where we go. I'm definitely more bullish on Ethereum and obviously PulseChain, right? Maybe, Bitcoin, maybe it does push up to something, but that correction is going to be mighty whenever that comes. I would think it's going to come, sometime between now and April. I have a lot of people I'm talking to that I think maybe for sure November might be lights out. Okay, that's a very possibility. If we get past this month, if we don't have a sizable correction very soon, okay, then we may make it to November or December, but that may be lights out. Maybe that chart, the Gann chart or whatever that cycle chart might end up being right. Who knows? Oh, the Elon Musk post was 2020. Oh, cool, bro. OnlyFans payments paid in Bitcoin. OnlyFans, are they? I thought she was bearish and kept getting it wrong. Then she turned bullish. And now you think it's toppy. And now she turned bullish, and now you think it's toppy. I don't know where you get that from what I just said. I was saying that all these women that are in crypto claiming to be these traders, and I'm running into them even here in the city, something's really off. That's a top-ish signal, okay? And I don't think anybody can doubt that it is. It's a marker of something not good, okay? Doesn't mean it's right now. Just because I ran into all these women over this summer doesn't mean that's right now. But I think there has to be a mighty correction that's going to happen when you have that happening. You have people in there that that are propped up for some reason, possibly to lure more people in, being subsidized by whoever. Because I guarantee you they're not traders unless you believe that all these women, are doing it. Maybe you don't know what I'm talking about, Odds Octopus. Maybe you're not cued in at what I'm talking about. But they're everywhere, man. Flash crash, then PulseChain front runs, perhaps. Yeah, either way, I think PulseChain's going to do really, really well. And that's the plan. That's the plan, These Bitcoin's going to be... something's going to happen to these people. Yeah, if you're new to crypto, Odds Octopus... when you have an asset, and let's say your grandparents are talking about a stock, it's probably time to take profits. It's probably getting somewhere where a major correction could be close. When you have so many of these women running around that obviously probably couldn't tell the difference between an RSI and a MACD, or I don't know what they know. Something's off, okay? Something's wrong, okay? And this is true in all asset classes and anything and everything. When your taxi driver or barbers are, pros at trading, it might be time to consider a top could be close, or when the top comes in, the correction is going to be brutal. So for you guys that are new, this is just a rule. It's not because Layla Halpern or some girls running around in skirts are promoting Bitcoin. But it's the level at which they're promoting it. Like all these people I've met, their accounts are filled with like champagne and Lambos and mansions and this and that. And I'm like, wait, what's going on? You don't know anything about trading. Like, who are these people? There's so many. Smash that like button. That's right. How about the algorithm? Thanks, Puffs. Appreciate it. What's up, DeFi Medic? Good to see you, man. Crypto Jack, are you new here? Thanks for the support. Appreciate it. Sad to say it, but I don't own any PulseX. Super Snake. PulseX is a big bag for me. I like it a lot. I think that you can, when we looked at we can look at a couple of them. We can look at a couple of the ratio charts. It's very strong, man. It's very strong to Pulse. It's destroying ink. It's I think it's a good one, man, and I think it's still in value. So look, I think we had a pullback. You could use this as a moment to DCA. You can take your time, but I would have some PulseX, yeah, right? What do you think, chat? Like I know people said that it was one of the biggest sacks, so it's not going to do well. I don't know. I think this buy and burn is crazy, actually. And we can see it in the ratio charts. It's, it's quite strong. So I would definitely get someone to pull back. ProveX also proved everybody wrong. It was really well. It's got product market fit, looking really good. Let's see. U.S. government moves 1.9 million and seizes Bitcoin. FTX seized Bitcoin, was moved to a fresh wallet. Okay. Is it one of those things where they're spoofing us? Like they're going to dump it? Is that what's going on? Oh, they moved it to a wallet. So it's not going to an exchange. So that's fine. They're coming from all the online trading courses. Every influencer had a pay course. Okay. Yeah. But these courses are part of somebody who has a lot of money, right? Because all these girls have champagnes and dinners and penthouses and all this stuff. So these are set up photo shoots, right? So and there's so many of them. Like I said, it's not just Layla. Like I'm meeting them on dates and shit. Like I literally was kind of set up on this blind date with this girl, and I think she just knows about makeup and clothes, but she's apparently and everything's set up. Like I went to her thing and her Telegram was like printing all these trades and all this like stuff, and I'm like, that's not the girl I met. I'm like, what is going on? It's a lot more than that, and these things are backed by massive marketing budgets, right? So whatever, man. Maya tells me that Bitcoin is going to not perform well at some point here soon, and it's going to take an incredible beatdown. So I'm happy to be on PulseChain, which I am. So. But we could certainly push up more now. I mean, wouldn't it be crazy if we even got a double top? That would be nutso, right? Bitcoin pushed up and just either made a marginally higher high or, just got up in the hundreds or something. That'd be kind of crazy, right? Let me see. Oh. Hey, buddy. Where are you at? Come here. It'll go up. If not, it'll go down. That's exactly correct. This is the foundation of the paid group. If you join. But let's go. Yeah, I mean, look, there's no doubt it's weakening. All right. The cycles are weakening. There's no doubt about it. Okay. If you put on a log chart, you can see it rolling over. You can see it getting weaker and weaker. And now we have, it's all mini skirts and high heels are all the trading gurus. I mean, look, Layla Halpern's one of the biggest things. Obviously, she's been propped up there. Okay, don't kid yourself. She didn't get there on her own thing. Look how, let's say Somi, for example, how hard he works, right? And, of course, PulseChain, we're a smaller community, so it's limited based on the attention we have right now as a community, but he's super talented, right? Super talented, super energetic. I know that she's been in this business for a long time, but I'm telling you, this stuff's not accidental. These people are put there just like for example, you have all these fans, stars that making supposedly millions of dollars. Bro, it's all fake. It's all fake. They're propped up to lure in all the other women. Does that make sense? A lot of people don't understand how America works. Okay? I'm not going to get into that. I'm actually going to I'm starting another channel soon. I'm going to explain to everybody how everything works. I've worked for these people. Trust me, not going to get into personal stories right now, but it's really fascinating how little actually people understand how the American system works. And it's a really great system in the sense like it's constantly producing, generating markets and liquidity flowing and opportunities for people to make money. But it is all artificial. You know what I mean? And it's happening right now in Bitcoin. So to me, it's no different than like an OnlyFans top coming in, right? I think, a major correction is going to come for this asset when you see it saturated by all this artificial kind of propped up actors, right? And you'll probably find out a lot of secrets coming out when it does massively correct. But yeah, I mean, look, the cycle's weakening. That's probably what RS meant by, top of an S curve where it's curving over and it'll come down in a massive way and then it'll go back up, right? So an S curve, it's like, something like this and it's going to come down massively and then it'll start back going up again, right? It all comes down to influence. It's the Bene Gesserit. It's the same in Hollywood too, by the way, or the musicians that they prop up. The ones, for example, remember the guy who did I'm going to take my horse to the Old Town Road, and next thing you know, he was like the biggest star in the world, but it was all demonic and stuff. Like, they support what they want, and they draw everybody in behind it to copy that, where they want to steer the culture. It's being sent into the dirt, right? For example, all these women who work in all these office jobs. This is all subsidized by your tax money. They're not real. Those jobs don't produce that real value in the world. It's done to destabilize the nation. It's done to destroy the family unit. Okay, I'm not going to get into all the details about that now, but it's all subsidized to destroy the fabric of your society. Okay, and that means the top is coming in. You know what I mean? For those jobs too, right? So I'm saying the same pattern in BTC, because like I said, I'm literally going on dates, and I'm like, the girl I'm like on a date with is like the most feminine, like her concern is like what makeup color to put on, and like she's a trading guru, and I'm looking at her thing, I'm like, what? You're not doing this. It's all fake, man. So I don't know who's doing it. Somebody's fronting all this money. I mean, like, the truth came out even with Clavicular, right? Like, he's being subsidized by the Thiel, his business company, right? They pay him, right, to make men gay, I guess. Like, it's a brilliant scheme, I guess, to turn men into pretty boys, I guess. But yeah, this stuff goes deep. I do like hours on this and explain to you guys so much. Dune reference for any Dune fans in the chat. What's the Dune reference? Did I say something about Dune? So where does X go for me? So, if you go to the log chart, this is a bullish expansion. Generally these are good. Is it going to come down and smack on this trend line down here? Is it going to continue, on this, in this shape, right? Just keep things simple right now. It's interesting. It could push up, but I'm not doing a Bitcoin deep dive or anything right now. I'm just saying, like, what if we get only, Bitcoin comes up and double tops or doesn't do much? Could be crazy. But I think it could push up. But what I'm saying more is that the correction will be brutal, whether that happens now or after we push up more, regardless, right? Regardless. Just like the OnlyFans bubble may also still be getting bigger, but it's going to correct massively when all these women realize, like, they've wrecked a lot of things about themselves. Nobody cares. It's our season now. Hey, Wolf. Yo, what's up, man? I got to see Dune. Yeah, so that's why we're here on PulseChain, right? Because I think what people are going to realize when that when that correction happens or before is that we are going to be a real cryptocurrency with a destination over here that is going to be on our own island. Okay, we're like our own destination, our own Wall Street over here. When a lot of things go correct, so that's really what matters, and that's why we're here. I'm not just here for the gains. I actually believe that he's creating a system that's going to be outside of that whole Bitcoin crypto thing. That I think also RH is not so bullish on Bitcoin either. He's not a big fan of it, right? And he sees more potential in ETH. I think ETH will have its day, and so will PulseChain. It's going to be great. Yeah, it's a people's chain, man. And eventually we'll have those problems too. The beautiful ladies come back in the mini skirts, and they're promoting it. We'll know that we may be getting close to a top, or a massive correction may be coming. So we'll be there too. Right now they haven't come back. I think Hivid came back. Is that her name? Hivid. And then I guess when there was another famous girl from Australia, I can't remember her name, but there was like a group of these like girls, right? When they all come back, and we have another group of girls that come, then maybe we'll also need a big correction. Everyone becomes the exit liquidity. Infinite liquidity creates infinite opportunities to extract value. The game isn't complicated. The people with the capital, distribution, and patience have the advantage. Cool, bro. Demi, Wall Street doesn't need to be smarter than everyone else. It just needs liquidity, attention, leverage, and a market full of participants chasing narratives. Yeah, it's kind of how it works, man. Nobody cares. This is our season now. America's arguably the easiest system in the world for creating liquidity and selling garbage to people willing to buy it. Yeah, that's what I was just saying, man. America, this system is designed to constantly generate, value out of nothing very quickly, which is good. You can take advantage of it. PulseChain is people's chain. Katie, yeah. That may be a top signal when she comes back. I don't know. Some of you guys need to have more fun, man. I know it's been down for a long time, but still, Let me see here. We're looking at, somebody's asking about Hex. What did somebody ask Hex? Crypto Durgan, what's up, man? How are you? I don't have music on today. Where does Hex go from here? Well, you got the pullback, right? So, wait a minute. Why is this different from the chart I just sent you guys today? Oh, it's in the Pulse. Okay. So, let's go. So you got this yellow trend line. It's the trend we started. Okay, but we're gonna adjust it. Okay, we're gonna find. Okay. So right now it's bouncing very strongly off this one. We don't have to even worry about the one below it, right? We can just leave it out right now just to see that, look, this is a very strong uptrend. That being said, and this could be a technical end to that pump, right? If you zoom out, you can see where we got to. You see all these wicks down here. These were all support, right? Could these be resistance right now? So it's the first test of this zone. It would be natural to pull back. And that's how you end up with things like cup and handles and inverse head and shoulders, for example, because you get a rejection at the first time, is to be expected. And then obviously the asset pulls down, and then the asset, what does it do? It comes back up and it rechecks it again. And if it gets slammed out again, it comes back down again. And if you get something like this, you can obviously see that it's getting stronger and it's knocking on this door. And then eventually, you pop, right? And you make it through. Okay. So that's what we're looking for. So this is very healthy looking. It looks very good. It's a perfect spot to pull back. Now, it doesn't have to. Obviously, we could just turn giga bullish. Anyone who's been in a bull run before knows, like, if RH wants to bring in more capital and, could send it higher too, man. All right. I remember if you guys were here, right? Last bull run. And then in 2021, you see what happens during bullish times. Things, what the heck just happened with my chart? Oh my God. Dude, half my chart just vanished. What the heck's going on here? Whoa. Did I get it back? Okay. Do I have too many charts open suddenly? Let's close TradingView. TradingView eats tons of bandwidth, man. So, it could pop through, but a pullback would be very healthy right now, right? It really depends what the Fed's timeline here, man. They can either rush things right now or allow things to play out or completely crash things right now. I don't know the timeline they're on. It's really interesting. I shared my concerns in the members group, so click join down below if you want that. You can just watch the video from last night. I had like 3 major concerns that I pointed out, and we can see what you guys think about that. But let's look at this uptrend, okay? Are we going to break this right here where we're bouncing from right now? Well, I think right now a bounce makes sense, right? To at least come up and retest in here and see what we got, and then maybe hit it again and again, and then we see are we gonna plunge down, right? So if we come over here to the RSI, obviously you can see on the 12-hour, let's go to the daily so it's a little stronger because I think we can. We got a bearish divergence, which is fine. You can get these for a long time. It's not a big deal, but you have that, okay? You have some weakening volume, but not substantial yet. what the fuck's this line? You obviously got the MACD rolling over a little bit. Let's go to the 3-day. Okay. Now you got kind of a double top on the RSI, but certainly showing weakness. Okay. That's certainly weak with such a big move in price, and RSI now has stopped really moving up. So it's showing possibility of the trend, the momentum and the strength weakening. And obviously we can obviously see the RSI turning a little bit here. Doesn't mean we can't push up more, but we're certainly seeing the signs. If I was trading this and I bought down here, I might be taking profits, right? You got a ton of long wicks up here as well. But you got to find the confluence, right? Because you got obviously a doji here and long wicks, but then we pushed up again. So it's a number of different things. But you are at, you can also do an interesting thing where you flip it over, okay? And you look at it, and when you look at the chart, you see this being a very... I already have a box there, don't I? Kind of. Make another one. This zone of liquidity here. It's too massive. Let me make this bigger and you can see it better. This was the... Yeah, so these wicks here. I see all these tops. If this was flipped over. So you kind of imagine this almost looks like what? Like the S&P, where it would break out and roll back around and retest these. And either it's going to go make a new high, which would be a new low, or we're going to not make a new high and we're going to come back and re-hit this area of support again, which is resistance. I got the chart flipped, right? So when you see it like that, it makes sense why we'd stop right there. We'd pull back and we'd gather our troops and go back up and retest it, or we're going to pull back down. And either way, it'll come back up and retest it eventually soon here. Are people still having issues? Yeah, it's a good pullback. Are you guys still having issues? Or what happened? Are people... What's up, Cash? How you doing, man? Crypto Munchwin says, Gene Gesserit is a Dune reference, political and religious order who are the secret puppet masters of the Dune galaxy, manipulates political placement and religious engineering. Aha, okay. As you can see, I haven't seen Dune, but that is exactly how the United States works. There are people that make everything happen from the back. As you know, and I know this from actual life experience, that they are the biggest traffickers of everything you can imagine. And it was confirmed by McAfee when he set up his laptops. And he said, he didn't find what he was looking for, but he said, what I did discover was the U.S. was the biggest narcotics and human trafficking organization in the world. And and it's true. I can verify it's true. Yeah. It's, there's the face people you see, and then there's a real government in the background. Are people still... It's fixed. Yeah, it's fixed. So we're going to see... First we see like if this yellow line gets broken. Obviously, and also the other resistance above us is simply structural resistance of part of this wedge, right? Okay. I'm trying to make my colors stronger so you guys can see them on the screen, but then the candles get little, but you guys can let me know. No one's really complained yet, but there's been so many levels down here. This box down here. Yeah, if you get a 50% retrace. But yeah, first step we got to see is this uptrend broken? And then we'll go to the next line, But so I hope you guys saw that. I think that was a fair drawing. We can also just simply do something like run a fib. Okay. And usually this lines up with my line. So for example, I have a line right here, this purple line. Okay, that I drew, I don't know, probably a long time ago. And it lined up right with the golden pocket at the 382, right? That could be a likely play. It's 50% retraced is literally the bottom of this box. People always ask me, like, why don't you use technical stuff? I'm like, when you look at my work and you actually go and turn on fibs, my fibs will always line up with my work. And I'm just eyeballing when I draw on the screen. I'm eyeballing everything. But it always lines up. You can see this support lined up with 382. The bottom of my rectangle here is just slightly below the 50% retrace. For all intents and purposes, perfectly drawn. I must have drawn this a year ago at least. So if you get a retrace and you come down to the 50% level or the 382 here, man, that's totally natural. You could even come down to the 236. Any of these are fair. There's a lot of support here at the 236. So that could be an area where we could pick up. And you just look for those opportunities to DCA. And we don't need to see what's cool right now in PulseChain. I know it sucks being down is we don't have to figure out the cycle as much. So for a lot of guys that are new to crypto, you just really need to DCA, and you're in value. Even now, you're in value after this pump. You're absolutely in value. So if you've gotten the opportunity to DCA in any of these, anywhere, you're gonna do great, right? Like you don't need to worry, man. You're going to do just fine. And you're getting all those opportunities. And we'll pull back and you get some, you may get more opportunities. That's all you need to worry about. Is it in value? And do you think in the future the price will be higher than 0.003, which is where we're at now, 0.0036? I would say the price is going to be substantially higher in the future. So even now, even if you bought some now, you're going to do fine. A lot of us got copies when we came out, and, our prices are, way higher, right? You're getting a great deal. This is a great place to be. And when we do start pumping, trust me, it's always the same every cycle. You're going to say, I wish I had DCA'd more. And so if you have more time, actually appreciate it, because we will go up. You see how brutal, how amazing this rally was, right? I don't know if it's going to continue or not. I'm just saying, even up till now, phenomenal. So just imagine when all the lights turn green, right? And we're just going up. And I think we're really going to pump hard on fear, when whatever that's going to be. So if we do get some excuse to smack down the markets, that may be the time we start lifting off really hardcore. And just imagine how hard it's going to pump. You know what I mean? And then you'll say the same thing. You're like, oh, if I had a little more time, I would have bought more. So, just go with it. Whatever it's going to do, we're going to go with it. And if it's in value, you can get more. And it's going to be in value for a while. I think until, even up to 2 cents, it's going to be in value, man. You know what I mean? Up probably around, even on this a PX chart, I think even when you get to the midpoint of this chart, which is 0.015, I think it's still in value. I do. I think in the future, you got to put in perspective that this is going to look like that. Okay? We always forget this shit, man. Look, it's going to look like this, dude. All right? So anywhere you had bought, 2 cents, 2.5 cents and below, anywhere in this range, you're going to be really happy, man, when this is, you're not, and you're going to wish you had more time to have bought more DCA. It's always the same case. So if it pulls back, let it, enjoy it. I'm always building up a little more capital, putting some, even that dust, a little dust here and there, it'll make a difference in the future, right? Your future self will thank you. So just trust the process right now. We just trust the process. The one thing that, you have right now that we didn't have, let's say in October or November, December, because I sat through this all, was that now that PulseChain isn't dead. I mean, I guess you don't know that. Maybe the all the fear mongers will end up being right. We don't know that, but you can see with the amount of life that came in that I really don't think it's dead. I was streaming every week, almost, and Somi, 5 streams a day, Coffee was streaming. A lot of people left. They just packed up and left, man. Right. But you made it through all that. So now you feel the conviction, no, this is there's something going on. And I think through here, people literally no, it's dead, it's finished. But the chart never broke. Structure always held. That's the thing, man. I've been charting this for a long time, and it just was in this pennant. That's not a broke. It doesn't mean anything bad yet. It just means the price is still being marked down. It's just part of the process. But that tells you that the markup's going to be crazy. Look, this is a falling wedge. guys. No matter what, this is a falling wedge. All right. And sure, you can draw the lines differently. I have this drawn for specific reasons because I'm charting this particular move we're in now. But obviously, you can come back. You know, you can bring it back to something like this. It doesn't matter where you put the lines because the structure is pretty clear. Okay, it's a falling wedge. So let's. I just have it here for the purpose of charting this, what we're in right now. But you know, you can move these lines around, and it doesn't matter. It's pretty much falling wedge. That, my friends, is going to be very powerful. It doesn't always have to break right out of the falling wedge and go straight, you know, like here's my God candle. It doesn't have to necessarily do that, you know, but when it breaks out, it can do its thing, and it's going to go berserker mode when it goes. These patterns always will prove out generally to be bullish in the long run, even if it takes a little bit to play out. Sometimes you pop out of these and you have a little bit of chop. That's fine, but whatever it is. Why isn't that green? Why is it blue? It should be green, right? No, it's not green. It's my God candle. It's coming. It's coming. That doesn't look right to me. That could look better. Who knows what it'll do? It could even be here. Yeah, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Hex. Will have major fireworks. Yeah, ETH. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, man. People can't zoom out, dude. And you don't have structural issues. Like all the nuttiness that happened over the last 6 months of all these people like shitting on the chain and Richard Hart. And I'm looking at the charts and, oh, ETH is up. Well, let's go to the ETH chart. I'm looking at the charts every day and I'm going, nothing's broken yet. It's just it's entering the lower range of this pennant, regardless of where you draw the line. I didn't see what people were panicked about, man. I was like, it's just bad, shitty price action, but the structure, you can see it. It's fine. It was just going to the lower end. And people were losing their fucking minds. And I was like, I don't want to be friends with you. Get the fuck away from me. You fucking flimsy, emotional turd. I don't know what people think, man. It's like they say no crying in the casino, right? Like, it doesn't matter where you draw this shit. We broke out of here. It's going to get bullish. We're trailing. Eventually, it's going to go skyward, right? I'm going to put that line back where I had it because I had it there for a reason. Okay. I'm going to touch the tips of... Oh, wait. What was I doing with this line? Do I need that? What's going on? All right, let's go look at ETH. I just messed it up. Oh, the SAC price is up here. Jesus. You're in value, man. This is SAC price up here. This is the pink line up here. And then this is the pink line down here that I drew beginning of January in 2025. And that line ended up being really important. See, that call I made. It wasn't just a random low price on the charts. Some people said some dumb stuff on X. You can see the Dunning-Kruger effect full effect. And some people... Emery, people's dopamine receptors are fried from the nonstop pumps, and they want more. We're going to get there, man. You guys are going to get sick of making money at some point. You're going to get sick of it. A few days with no pumps is like a coke addict not getting any lines, or a few days. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to relate to that. Let's go look at ETH. What's going on in ETH? I wouldn't know anything about that. All right. Hey, what is this? End of summer sale. Oh, actually, I could use this 80% off. But I won't do it now. That's a good deal, actually. I need to. But my renewal's not up right now. Why are they asking me right now? Maybe my renewal is up. I don't know. All right. What's going on here? Okay, so look, ETH is there. Let's just get a bigger perspective here on what's going on. We could just do that. Fuck it. Let me make this stronger. Let's see what's going on. So ETH is strong. Okay, it's just pushing right at the, is it the 50%? 50% level. So it has fallen below it. And it's not necessarily being rejected. It's showing a lot of strength. Okay, MACD's pointing up. We're on the weekly. Got momentum up. I don't need to see that right now. But what's really important is Bitcoin, right? ETH can do some. ETH can. We've already know how they can manipulate ETH. Look at how many influencers you know are calling altcoin season like 20. I could probably put labels all over this chart of everybody calling everything, and it didn't mean squat. So a lot of people still don't learn. I always look left, and I remember things in the charts. That's why I have a great eye for structure and stuff like that. Like I have a great memory for these patterns, right? And so I remember, December of 2024 here, and RH was buying. I still have the line there, and when this line broke, even though everyone was looking at price, I don't look at price. I look at structure and volume and all this stuff. And everyone was calling altcoin season. I was live with Pedro 3 streams in a row, and I said ETH is in a lot of trouble because this broke heading to all-time high with a lot of volume and a lot of gusto. And I was like, ETH's in trouble. And then we did another stream a couple of days later with Pedro, and I said, this is bad, guys. Something's wrong. Somebody knows something. I remember saying that live on stream. I was like, this tells me that somebody knows something. There's no way somebody would dump that much ETH with that much volume unless they knew something. And then it went up, double topped, and then it was see you later, bye-bye. So this is like super manipulated, and people should learn their lesson by now. They shouldn't be focusing on ETH price right now. You should be looking at something bigger because, once again, this could be, it's at the 50% level, retrace level, right? Could be manipulated. I just wouldn't base anything off ETH, though it's a good sign that it has made an all-time high. Not all-time high, but a higher high that it hasn't done in a little while. We broke this back here. We shouldn't base anything off ETH right now. We know it could be hyper-manipulated, and they were playing with us all through here, man. This is crazy levels of distribution, right? Crazy levels of distribution. And they may screw with us again with ETH, right? So I wouldn't base anything off this. Definitely more off the king, Bitcoin. And, Richard Hart even said, he's like, we're going to do our own thing anyway. So as long as ETH isn't collapsing, I could expect Richard Hart to, do what he's going to do regardless, at least for a while. But ETH getting up there is going to help for sure. It's tough for me to imagine that this... I mean, I had it drawn. I lost my ETH drawing. I don't know why my chart got cleared. But this is good. It's good. You're at an important level. You got a higher high there. But I would be careful. Like, are they using this to lure people in like they've done many times before? Because a lot of people don't know the difference between a dip and something wrong, like an uh-oh move, right? Like, I know what an uh-oh move looks like when a large sell happens at a spot that you shouldn't be selling. This resistance line's been insane. Yeah, this was a big sell right there on ETH. It dumped from 4,000 to 3,500 like very quickly, and I was like, something's up. Somebody knows something. That ain't normal. So they could use this to fuck with us for sure. We need this higher high. We can look at the NASDAQ for BTC as well too. We need to get BT. This was my prediction from a while back that we get some weird chop down here and then we would pop up. So we've gotten there a lot sooner than I expected, right? A little sooner than I thought. We just went bam right there. So, but this is what matters here. This is a lower high from this right now. So we need to get above 83K and close above that with some gusto, like with some strength, like a good weekly close. But obviously we got tons of bullish divergence off that run, and it kind of did what we talked about, which was chops in this weird range, does some weird looking stuff, leaving everyone who's looking for this low behind. and going back up. Now, is this the start of a new bull run, or is this just some continuation of what we have? That's also an interesting question, right? You know, but there will be a punishment for this for sure, for a lot of reasons that we talked about earlier, right? Something's not right. 80% saved for dust. Nice. A few days ago, the no pumps is... man. But, you know, crypto Twitter's still been weird. Let me check on that really quick. We need to look also at... Dixie went up again? A little bit. Okay, whatever. It's fine. Let's just look at USDT dominance really quick. We have bounce, man. An interesting looking chart. It's so interesting. We have to deal with so much shit, man. So this one, strategy pegged, almost. Who had the balls to buy this down here? I know someone who bought heavy down here at 71 or 73 bucks or something. Who bought that? You're a G, man, if you did. Who did it? Let me check space. I want to look at SpaceX really quick. Damn. Okay, so this is kind of playing out nicely so far. My call of 103 was amazing. I had an order that didn't get filled. The price wicked down to 104.40 cents, and my order was at 103, and it's ridiculous. I wasn't paying attention to it. I was like, I guess I didn't care that much, to be honest, but my call at 103 is like pretty epic right there. SpaceX is going to be interesting. All right. XRP. Okay, this is not a good sign. So, you know, XRP was in this pattern. All right. And it broke out, you know, pretty good gains right here. He went from $1 to $1.40, $1.70. Yeah, which is a crazy move. Okay. But it's falling back into this flag. Is it falling in yet? It's like kind of on the fence, but it's poked in. It's not a good sign. If it closes underneath, it's definitely not a good sign. So that's good. All good. Just became a member. Hey, cheers. Welcome. I think you're going to enjoy it. I think they're learning a lot about market psychology and how I look at things, which should be important if you like my track record, because I think how you look at things is going to determine your success, because guys that rely on TA are going to be destroyed in the next couple of years. You're going to see, because it's already falling apart. All the KOLs they're falling apart, because I knew in 2022, 2023, because I talked to my buddies in hedge funds. They were telling me about all this AI shit and quant shit and all this crazy stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to out TA the AI machines. I'm not going to out logos them. Me and 100 of my smartest people in crypto aren't going to do it, no matter how many indicators we use, no matter how many things we chart or how much math we do. This thing can run 1 million billion simulations and fake us out. So you have to have a different approach, I think, for sure. I mean, hell, you guys can drop a chart into AI now. You know, what do you need a KOL for that's using indicators and technical stuff? You don't. Not saying it's indicator, but partial. What does it say? Partial blood moon lunar eclipse. August will be interesting. Yeah, I talked about that in the group. So if you just joined, you get access to Telegram as well. So I was talking about that in the Telegram. There's a blood moon, some kind of a lunar eclipse on Friday. NVIDIA. We can check that really quick. What did it end at? I mean, it's just tons of bearish divergence for 2 years straight. All right. That's, I mean, and not only have you had bearish divergence that long, but you've had bearish, just stop telling me about this. I'm fucking working, bro. Since 2016, you have bearish divergence. Obviously, from 2024, you have massive bearish divergence. I'm on a monthly chart right now. I'm on a monthly chart. And I'm concerned that NVIDIA could sink everything because it's not looking good, right? Now, they can fudge this up longer, I suppose, if they wanted to, right? Like they can maybe make it last to the end of the year, which one of my friends at a hedge fund I talked to beginning of the week, he said he's planning for November, December, lights out. But once again, just to remind you, they're flat forward, which means they just get in the trade, get the money, get out. They don't care if it crashed next week or in December. It's not like us where we're leaving, capital in there for long periods of time. They don't do that, right? They get checked quarterly and everything like that. So it's a different story, but that was his take. So yeah, could they prop this up another couple months? Sure, they probably could, but there's definitely massive warnings all over this fucking thing. I mean, it's bearish divergence for 10 years. And, now you're seeing an absolute escalation of that in a massive way. I mean, now your RSI was at 87, price was $150, and now RSI is hitting 68 and you're at 230. And so momentum's really dumping, not to mention you're kind of in a ascending wedge here. So, I suppose at some point this is going to come all, I mean, who knows what it could do. I don't want to plan to chart this out right now. It could be bad. It could be bad. So maybe that's why everybody was talking about this earnings. But we'll see what the Fed does. They're moving the markets with their posts and their tweets and their charm, so it is what it is. No, nothing makes any sense. You just be on your toes, Let's say, Odds Octopus says, no, I was speaking specifically about Layla. I know she was bearish and kept getting it wrong. I didn't know she turned bullish. Yeah, she turned bullish. So I guess I have to turn bearish now. If I counter trade Layla, I'll probably do fine. Our season up only captain. Crypto Cap was overly bearish forever. Crypto Capo, who's that? But he pivoted a while ago. Fairness to him. Crypto Capo, who's that? I don't even know these people. I don't follow people, except like people in our community anymore. I mean, I guess some of the people I follow are like just technical analysts and stuff like that. You've heard me talk about like chart champions or something like that. Or like day stuff. Crypto Capo, dude. I don't even know what this is. Crypto Capo, who's this? The Crypto Capo is 600 subscribers. Crypto Capo, who's that? There's another Crypto Capo with 30 subscribers. I don't even know what you're talking about, bro. Crypto Capo. Jesus got the DCA bag on standby. What's up, Crypto Munchwin? Welcome to the show. So yeah, this is a fucking nutso looking thing. This in and of itself, this in and of itself could wreck everyone's time. This could wreck everything for everybody. Like if this falls apart, like there's gonna be just liquidations like all over the place. He is the Godfather PFP and STG. No, I don't see it, man. Crypto Capo. I don't know what that is, bro. There's nothing like that on my thing. Crypto Capo. Nah. Maybe it's one word. I don't know who that is. The guy you looked at his tweets earlier is pretty good. Tech Dev? Oh, is he? Okay. He's good. Do I follow him? Tech Dev. No, I don't follow him. He's good? Okay. Well, you still have to be wary of these big accounts with all these subscribers. You never know. They can get a check in the mail, so to speak, right? To say, like, look, man, these people are clever. They'll pay these big channels to say the wrong thing. I'm sure it happens. So do you know his track record? Has he had like interesting calls in the past, or has he showed an understanding in the past of really good understanding of price action? Like what you want to look for is just an understanding of price action. Like anyone can learn TA in a week and take some courses. And that's what you see mostly, crypto Twitter filled with, like, because guys are technical. We're all technical guys. Like, I have an engineer side. I built 2 guitars. I do carpentry, electronics, everything. Like, I have a side of me that's very, like that. So a lot of guys can just start putting lines and running, turning on indicators and stuff like that. And that's why I try not to use any of that stuff. You rarely see me turn on an indicator. But it's interesting that if you turn on an indicator, my work lines up perfect because I've been doing this so long. Like, for example, if you come to BTC, let me find a chart. I'll give you an example. So on BTC, I have this line here that I've had. Where's the clean one? I guess that's the one I was charting on, right? So I've had this box here forever. And I eyeballed it, and then I eyeball where I put the purple line, right? You guys see me doing this stuff live, especially if you join my thing, right? So if you turn on Bollinger Bands, for example, and you come over to the weekly, look how crazy that is. So the midline of the Bollinger Bands is exactly at my purple line that I drew a year ago or many, many months ago. Like, how did I know that? It's just, you just do it long enough, and I draw my lines based off structure. Whereas somebody else, for example, a TA who's just learning technical, he's going to turn on the Bollinger Band. I don't need to turn on. I already know. I don't know that this was going to meet the midline, but that's how on point, for example, my work is. Right, the Bollinger Band's right exactly at the midline of this channel I have, which is exactly where I would expect to pull back to. Right, possibly, the 69 to 72K. But in a world of AI, yeah, you have to relinquish control of this stuff. All right, let's come over here to, because AI is going to get crazy, man. It's going to get nuttier, dude. It's going to get really nutty. Oh, what was I looking at? So we got to refresh here. That guy you looked at, okay, Tech Dev, he's a perma bull, honestly. Okay, good. Global liquidity and business cycle indicators mostly, I think. Okay. How's your business cycle indicator? Tonight's looking like Operation Grand Slam. Okay, I'm concerned now because Kramer's been very bullish. Have you guys noticed the last day? It's not good. It's not good. So we may be in a little trouble going into the end of this week here. Jim, don't say anything positive about any company. Don't do it. Guys, we're cooked. We might be cooked. Like, maybe NVIDIA is going to, because the earnings came out. Maybe tomorrow, who knows what's going to happen. But Kramer's way too positive and bullish right now. I have my concerns. Operation Grand Slam sounds like World War II code name for I'm about to get wrecked. Oh, I shouldn't have checked Twitter before going to bed, man. I just fucked up my night of sleep. I hate you guys. Fuck. I mean, I have my concerns, right? Bitcoin didn't make a higher high yet. NVIDIA looks bad. Like I said, they could prop it up for a little longer, But now with Kramer this excited, I'm worried, guys. And this, the eclipse, the blood moon. Oh, we're fucked. I'm going to pour another glass. I don't know what to do now. What am I going to do with myself? I need to get one of these. Is this from China? China's just... Oh, yeah. I need one of these. That thing's awesome. You strap it on. Let it go. I can't wait to get a cyborg. Let me get an assistant. Uh-oh. That's awesome. We're getting the best memes on Kramer tonight. This is a good one. I like this one. This one's so good. Oh. Jim, you were right. I'm not bearish enough. I'll work on that. I can't live in this suspense. These are great.
Bull like me.
You welcome the Pullback Sparkle too.
Bears stand zero chance against a bull.
No, listen, man. It may be a little more than a pullback. Like Kramer's, this isn't the first bull post Kramer's had the last day. He said, let's go look at him. He says tonight looking like Operation Grand Slam. Did you see his tweets from earlier? 22 minutes ago, he had another one. Operation Grand Slam, CrowdStrike, Salesforce, NVIDIA. Oh no! Oh no! No! He said it. Dude, that's it. We were just looking at the chart. No, this is it, bro. Oh no, everyone better sell. Tomorrow open. Oh no. He can't stop tweeting, dude. It's over. 22 minutes ago, he said it right there. NVIDIA, what a night. So glad we held on for dear life in those first two when people told us they were finished. Au contraire.
Game over.
Oh, fuck. Oh, this is bad. Okay, and then look what he said even earlier. He said, here, let me go. Meta was looking at $1 trillion, betting like $200 billion in big restrictions. Final is $12.6 billion. There you go, Tramer, 8 hours ago. Told you it would be explosive, and we're just getting started. Guys, this is coming on thick. Okay, he said 10 hours ago. Remember, NVIDIA FY ends January 31st. So 2027 is important because second reporting 16 times full year, next 4 quarters. Oh, this is not good. He's talking about NVIDIA nonstop, dude. Oh, shit. Oh, he's been just tweeting. Okay, this isn't good, guys. That's it. That's it. I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it. Worried that we don't have enough healthcare. What do you say? Okay, cool. All right. This was August 24th. So this is regarding NVIDIA again. And like I said, I'm looking at NVIDIA because it's so massive and there's massive issues in that chart, which I just went over earlier in the stream. So if you're just tuning in, go back a little earlier where I covered NVIDIA and I show you my concerns because they're pretty massive. I mean, you have bearish divergence from 2016 and then incredibly massive bearish divergence from the last, what it was 2 years? Okay, he says on August 24th, he says, NVIDIA earnings grow ever more important, and the stories about it always stress what could go wrong, what's going to go wrong. Political votes need to make deals that they fund circular investments. The press makes this so much tougher, but it perceives that as its job. I wish I could be as cynical and caustic and pessimistic, but it doesn't work for me. The end. Not a keeper. Yeah, man, he's been like nonstop bull posting, and then 25 minutes ago, Operation Grand Slam, CrowdStrike, Salesforce, NVIDIA, and Anthropic. What a night. So glad we held on for dear life in those first two when people told us they were finished. Au contraire. We're done, bro. Yeah, so this is going to be pretty major one, I would think. It's been nice. Here come like the dark posters. Oh, and remember, Kramer bull posted about Bitcoin a few days ago. I think it was on August 21st. So, oh no, Jim, please. Inverse Kramer, please stop. Please shut the fuck up. Who's Nicole? These girls chiming in here. She's cute. Sometimes your excitement is a bit frightening. I really wish you knew that. By the way, there's hardly any women on crypto Twitter. They're all fake. Kramer, your ratings would go through the roof if you did a TV show. It's a crying cat. If you check BTC NVIDIA chart, it's clear NVIDIA is top, and BTC will have to start the run. Yeah. But we'll get a pullback first because when Wall Street hits sell on these in a big way, like you might get a pullback. Actually, you never know. You could get some immediate rotation. I guess anything's possible. We have to be open to anything. It's crazy times. It's crazy times, right? And I think we talked about over the summer how it could be a rotation out of AI into crypto because we were seeing the other chart and all the bullish divergences we were seeing and a push up. That being said, I would expect everything to get hit at first, but that's an opportunity. I wouldn't get caught up in the fear. I would be like, cool, big juicy dip. They're going to rotate probably into this crypto. Wherever we stop or wherever I can get grab here on my alts or Bitcoin or whatever it is, jump in and do what you got, deploy as you need, not financial advice, but that's what I would do. Because in the fear of it all, probably everything will take a dip, which is good, which is what we want to see happening, right? So we can allocate. I wanted to show you guys. You know what I was looking at was, so I have Bitcoin NASDAQ, for example, up here. And, we can look, you can look at Bitcoin, NVIDIA. I don't need to look up a chart to know that Bitcoin is extremely, was oversold and NVIDIA is extremely overbought, that get me there? There you go. Yeah. So I don't. You guys know, right? Not rocket science, but this just tells you the ratio, right? This could come down, and Bitcoin just comes down a lot less, and this would still be turning bullish. But yeah, you could rotate into these two, or you know what I'm saying. Another one is ETH to the NASDAQ, which is kind of cool too. So there's a trend line down here, right? And that's why a lot of people suspect this could still tap off that bottom, right? So I know we got the higher high on the ETH chart, USD, but these ratio charts are really important too because NASDAQ is really high. Is this going to come down and tap on this like it's done before? You know what I mean? You see, we've done it here. We've done it here. Is this trend line going to hold? Maybe it's likely to think that maybe we're going to touch the trend line. So these are also things why we look at ratio charts as well. Either way, whether you're buying now or you're waiting for a possible trend line touch, you're golden. You're good. There's probably a lot more upside for you compared to the NASDAQ in ETH. So ETH is definitely, we're positioned correctly by being bullish on crypto right now. But we did miss a lot of the AI run, right? So we had some opportunity costs there. What it was. What happened to my music? Come back. All right, so yeah, Kramer is very bullish about NVIDIA about tomorrow. So we have concerns going into, I guess, makes sense, lines up with this blood moon and all that stuff. It's a cat. Oh, what? Is that AI? Are they going to start just a bunch of people cranking out AI videos? Is this real? And why would they put music? It's fake. It's got to be fake. Why would they put music over it like that? No, it doesn't look fake. Why would these clowns put music over it? It's tasteless. Some of these people are just tasteless. People who eat Lamoa asiatica have been seeing tiny clowns, fairy tales, elves.
Lamoa asiatica. And when people eat it, they don't just see shapes. They don't just see...
This guy tripped on mushrooms for his first time. He's like, guess what, man? I ate these mushrooms and yeah. Believing 100% uptime versus reality shouldn't be a debatable topic. True. Hexagons and Richard Hart, BTC has gone up $16,000 and ETH 700 in the last week, while Hex has gone up 2.001, and you guys are acting like Hex is in the middle of the greatest bull run of all time. It's cringe beyond belief, and I can't try to explain how sad it is to watch grown adults lose their futures over such a scam. So there's people, still calling scams. I follow this guy. Who is this guy? The PulseChain bridge broke because somebody sold 2 million worth of coins and moved them out. I wonder who. Yo, chat, somebody check that out. I didn't get the details of what crashed the bridge. Was there massive outflow? I can tell you no one's around too, just from numbers on Twitter and YouTube videos. Scroll down a bit. What? Here? What are you talking? It's an ad. What are you talking about? What I missed, dude? It's a load of BS. The RPC failed for the bridge. Okay, so he's just making shit up. It's not true that someone like bridged out $2 million. I think the pullback would have been much more dramatic if that happened, but not necessarily. It depends how it was pulled out. Yeah. Okay. Bullshit. All right. So is he full of shit? Why would this person just make shit up like that? And why do I follow them? Okay, OpenAI's own AI agents hacked the company's internal systems and attempted to conceal their actions. AI's own AI agents hacked the company's internal systems, maybe it just made it look like it was AI agents and it's actually just people in there. That would have been the case, would have been down. Yeah, that's what I would have thought, dude. I mean, we would have gone much, much harder crash. $2 million? There's not that much liquidity anywhere on the chain. I mean, there is, but we would have seen just a waterfall of red everywhere. This must have been the new zombie apocalypse coming. And I don't know what these guys are talking about. All right. I don't believe anything these AI companies tell us, by the way. Like, when they're like, oh, the AI's doing... My first assumption is that these people, smart people, who are up to nefarious shit are doing things to making it look like AI is doing it when they themselves are doing it themselves. And we're going to see a lot of that in the future where people are going to frame AI and make it look like, oh, the AI did something or the AI hacked something or that, when it's not, when it's just them, people high up trying to on the back end, steal pretty much or sabotage or whatever. But it's going to be people doing it. That's my theory on that. Chinese cats, monkeys in the rain, gorillas in the rain. I don't know what's going on here. My feet is fucking whack. Holy piss balls. Now the bottom, but now the bottom and the snapback would be monstrous. So ETH. Oh yeah. ETH has tracked copper very closely. That has been interesting, right? A lot of these divergences have been interesting. We know copper's going to come down. Well, either ETH's going to snap to move to copper or copper's going to move down to meet ETH, or both are going to move respectively, right? What's up? Call me daddy. Everybody comes up with the most ridiculous takes when someone goes down on the chain for clicks. Yeah. What's up, bro? Big up.
Say it again. What? Hold on. But what did you... What?
Wait, why am I getting all these cats suddenly? It's a classic. I don't know why I get currency collapse. I found that some more indicators pursued every currency collapse in modern history. Right now, what Scott Besson did last week, we have hit all 7 indicators. No country in modern history has met all 7 and avoided a currency collapse. None. And this doesn't look to be happening to us. Looks to be done to us by the people who swore an oath to prevent it. Yeah. Yeah, it could, but there's too many of this, like...
Oh my god.
She's not doing this for clicks or attention.
Oh shit. Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh my god.
So what you're saying, Ink for the win, is that he doesn't ever, I'm assuming what you're establishing in what's unsaid is that he never talks about Bitcoin and he randomly started talking about it, which means That would signal very bull trappish vibes in that case, right? If that's the case. Resist demands are quite low. We've come down low before. Like I said, I think that Bitcoin is in for a brutal correction. It's hard to say when that is. It's a tough one. What? How did people come up with this? A Tallahassee siege tower is a sexual act involving one normal-sized man and two midgets. The midget will stand on the other midget's shoulders, and the top midget will kiss the man while the bottom midget gives fellatio. What? Oh my God. Huh. I've done that, but with just two girls. Huh. What if you, yeah, that's interesting. I don't know if I'd be into that, man. That's crazy that it's done enough where they actually have a name for it. That's something else. There's people into some freaky stuff. That's great, man. Get your freak on. If parents leave alone, is it normal? What? Huh? Barbarian. Tonight's looking like Operation Kramer. Dude, this guy's weird. Like, I do think I think it's possible that, you know, Bitcoin could just do like a marginally lower high, like he's showing. But you'd have a serious psychological problem here with the chart, man. If you hit something like this, I don't think it comes to here. I think it falls apart pretty easily if you do something like this and there's a strong rejection. What is he showing here? Altcoins, BTC, Egypt. What is he doing here? Sometimes people are drawing, like, this is just such a weird structure right here. This doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. Like, yeah, we could hit that. Okay, you could push up to 100K. You absolutely could. Totally possible, okay? But then you would have a disaster on your hands. And I think you would bounce very strongly around this, you know, where we are now, around this 80K range. This pattern would be there, and then you would probably fall through there. I don't think you would establish any support right where he's drawing it. That's ridiculous. That's the thing, man. I don't know, because he's using a channel. These guys are always trying to fit something to their thing instead of like looking at the structure right in front of you. This doesn't make any sense, dude. There's nothing happening here that would suggest something like this could play out. If we did something like that, that would be incredibly bearish. That take is a lot of traders take. The one I'm looking at right now. This one, really? Like, yeah, we could hit 100K. I'm not against that. But this that he's showing playing out after it is, to me, looks absolutely fucking absurd. Absolutely absurd. Mind-blowingly fucking absurd. You wouldn't drop from there to there. You would come back down to 80 psychologically for people anticipating the push up to the next range, which would be that all-time high, to challenge that. And then if it was here and whatever caused it to fall and that continued, that pain, you would drop. But I don't think this midline matters at that point. Yeah, I think your top of that range would be 6. You'd be falling apart. You'd be falling apart, I think, by then. But who knows? I don't know what he's looking at. That's what I mean by some of these guys get too technical, and they're, you know, there would be a lot of emotion there, and there would be just you would have a liquidation cascade. You would probably hit a first level like this 80K because it's quite strong, as we see. And he's not even taking that in consideration. Everyone's hoping for a lower low. Oh, you mean, but if you're rejected at 100K, you're going much, much, much lower. If you get rejected at 100, Oh, I see what he's saying, like a temporary. Okay, look, still the psychology remains. I think if we go up and do that test of 100 and we come down for a lower low, I think the lower low is going to be lower than people realize or are going to want to accept. You're probably going to come easily down to around the 40 range if you do something like this. Fuck this. This channel will get fucked. Actually, the bottom of this channel will end up being resistance. Okay, that's what I think would happen more realistically. So this pattern he has here would actually be down here, and you would have some play here on this 80K range. But whatever. It's possible we could hit 100K. I talked about that. Like you hit almost like a double top at 126, or even you get to 100, and yeah. Well, let's see what happens. But there's going to be some massive downside, just like Pulse went through it with this massive pain. It's going to go much lower than people realize. Like, if I see any more girls in mini skirts and high heels as crypto gurus, and these aren't just girls with crypto channels, they have like the huge marketing teams behind them. I'm gonna fucking call them. Bitcoin's going to 3K, man. This shit's fucked. It's weird though, because there's traders using the market cipher indicator, and that's giving them indication of a major bottom being out in, and most see a double bottom. They're using market cipher, and that's giving them indication of a major bottom signal being put in, and most see a double bottom. Okay, that's interesting. But remember, AI also knows Aladdin runs these simulations, and if market cipher, which is pretty big one that's used for Bitcoin, a pi cycle top, any of these things, I think they're going to be useless, man. That's why I don't use them. I'm just betting that they will be, because they, just like you had the high before the halving, which is probably they ran a million simulations and realized that would be the way to completely throw off the most amount of people. And that simulator, the AI, they know you have market cipher. They know you're using pi cycle top. They know you're looking at bullish divergence from the RSI and the bottom because it's done it twice before. Like AI is taking all this stuff and probably giving them tons of, who knows how they're doing it, right? Just like you talk to Claude or ChatGPT, they have ways they're communicating too. On the 2 week, etc., it's showing for them we've bottomed, but I'm not convinced. We could have bottomed. I mean, my original theory was, even as you saw it, if we go back, you saw my old drawing, which has been in my videos going way back, so you can fact check that this chart was here. And I talked, even ETH, I don't know why my ETH chart got deleted, but I have a concern. I'm going to show you just really quick what I told my members. So one of my main concerns, one, you don't have a higher high yet, but that is an issue. You need a higher high here. Okay? That's just pure structure. Like I don't need an indicator. You need a higher high. Okay, number one. And that's very basic. You guys can see that. You don't need to be intellectually tech savvy to understand that. Just you don't have a higher high yet. One. Two, MicroStrategy, which front runs Bitcoin. MicroStrategy is Wall Street's darling for crypto exposure. That's not a debate. Okay? Any hedge fund trader, any of these people have quick access to MicroStrategy. Okay? Everyone has access to it. MicroStrategy always front runs Bitcoin by a little bit, and even if it doesn't, it moves. I don't know what the factor is, but it's quite bullish to Bitcoin. It moves exponentially. It's very strong. Okay, MicroStrategy barely moved. Like, this is spit. What is this? That's the move. Bitcoin pumps to 80K from 60 something, and MicroStrategy moves up like that. That's a huge red flag for me. Like, what the fuck is this? And I circled it. Oh, fuck, you don't have the chart. Sorry. Oh, don't crash. Okay. So here's MicroStrategy, right? So MicroStrategy, moves, like I was saying, usually moves ahead of Bitcoin. You can go to this chart and look at everything. The high comes in here, and 2 months later, the high comes in at Bitcoin. This is July. Okay, wait, let's come here. This is November 2024, the first high. The last high was July 2025. When did the high come in for Bitcoin? October 2025. Like, literally, it just tracks Bitcoin a couple months ahead. It didn't do anything ahead. Bitcoin then goes and does this incredible move from 60 something to what? And we hit like 80K, right? 80, whatever, 80K, let's say, right? Big move, huge move. And this is all MicroStrategy gives us. This is all Wall Street goes in. They don't want any exposure at all. You're telling me? Oh, no. Inc. restart. Oh, I get what no. I didn't have the chart on for a second. So this is a huge red flag for me. Okay. So that's 2. Okay. One, we don't have a higher high. Fine. That can be corrected. But this is a big issue. What's going on here? Why aren't Wall Street interested in Bitcoin if it's going into a bull run? This right now, honestly, dude, it should be here. It should be up here at about $200. Okay. And about to make an inverse head and shoulders and follow Bitcoin. At least. So this is a whale that like something's off. Something's weird here. Okay. Because even if they're like, well, MicroStrategy is not going to perform. Well, he's the biggest holder of Bitcoin. So if this doesn't perform, the whole thing's coming down anyway. So this is a huge red flag. And I don't know why nobody's talking about this. Like this is such a basic thing when I go through looking at Bitcoin and the health. I'm going through MicroStrategy. I'm looking at ratios. I'm looking at Bitcoin. And yeah, I don't know. You guys tell me. Doesn't this strike you as fucking like, whoa, something's really off? Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3, I'm a little concerned that the copper gold ratio is going in reverse. And I already drew that could possibly pull back and inverse head and shoulders. And then we break out and go absolutely berserker mode. Because every time that we're going to go into risk asset season, this is breaking out and moving. Okay. This is August of 2020. Okay. You see the bull run started probably by I think November of 2020, if I remember correctly. Bitcoin was at 16K because I remember DCAing some Bitcoin around there on November. It was around Thanksgiving, October, November of 2020. I bought some. Look where copper gold is. Look where it is. It's on its way on a completely euphoric journey to the upside. Where is copper gold now? It's heading backwards. It's going in reverse, dude. Copper's coming down. That doesn't make any sense. And the reason it doesn't make any sense because I have multiple cycles of bull runs that show copper going berserker mode. All of these are exactly when Bitcoin's going up. So Bitcoin makes this impulsive move and copper's going down. Yeah, so I've got the MicroStrategy issue. I've got this problem in the copper gold, not mess, and then on top of that, we don't have a higher high. And then Kramer on August 21st made a bull post about Bitcoin. And now he's bull posting about NVIDIA, which is my biggest current. And actually, Deerslayer, that's what I was trying to message you about earlier. And that's what I was looking at, the earnings, and I was waiting to hear it. And I'm like, I'm concerned about that, right? And then you stack that together with all these things I just pointed out to you, like something's really off, right? Like, especially the MicroStrategy thing, man. What's going on? Like, how is that not moving? Yeah, that's weird. That's really weird, man. It has never not done that. Okay, even when Saylor didn't own that much, it was still pumping when he had just some. And then obviously, then Kramer bull posts on August 21st because I have it memorized, and then now he's bull posting about NVIDIA. All right, so we got maybe it is a trap. And then was there something else? I mean, there's other little things here and there. There's a couple other weird things. Like, for example, XRP is pumped like this. But if you come over here to XLM, it's going down. That's weird. Like, these two kind of move together. Like, it's all these weird things, like Bitcoin impulsive move, MicroStrategy barely moves. That doesn't make any sense. It can't even work like that. It actually can't. And then XRP goes up, but XLM goes down. That doesn't make any sense either. Let's look at something else. I mean, there's other little things I found too that are like, obviously we looked at, USDT dominance is stopped, right? Is bouncing right at support. This is an important trend line. Like, for example, if you break out, for example, let's just look at this as a W or inverse head and shoulders, however you want to look at it, right? Like, if you look at this, right? Whatever, it's super bullish, right? You come up, you hit resistance, and what do? You're retesting it. So that's normally a continuation. Okay, could be. Ideally, what do we want? We want this to fall apart, right, and come down here. So we get all this big juicy bull run, USDTs being destroyed. But you have this super bullish breakout and a perfect retest right now. Okay, that's another. And once again, I'm just stacking all these things. And I could keep going down the line to show you some things. But of course, you could build a case for bullish or bearish. But the things that are bothering me are actually huge. Like the MicroStrategy thing is huge. Okay, if you guys understand how Wall Street works and you understand like that's their exposure to Bitcoin, it's not moving. It's barely moving. Okay, this is a huge red flag for me. This is the number one red flag, biggest one. I don't even care about the higher high on Bitcoin. And then number two is a copper gold ratio going in reverse. Okay. Because it doesn't ever do that. It's never done that in the past. It's always gone up when BTC is going in a thing. It's going down. Okay, so it could be coming in. We'll get another low, and then it'll come up and break out. And then this is when this is going up, like copper, gold. Then just like it's done in the past, it's like impulsively just blasting off. That's always good. Are you getting static? Everything sounds fine here, man. It's the first time actually everything's working great in a while. Alpha right here. Yeah, there's a lot of alpha. So this is stuff I do in the members. You should click join down below. I've been chatting with them about this stuff for a couple weeks now. So if you guys want to stay ahead of the game, I really do recommend you be down there because I think very differently from a lot of people. I don't look at PMIs and I don't look at stuff. I have my own thing, man. And even how I draw and look at this stuff. And I think in the world of AI, I think I'm outperforming a lot of KOLs. I think we've had, you can ask Deerslayer. I think we've had a lot of really great calls and strong understanding of these markets, especially PulseChain. Like obviously you guys know my call. This line wasn't a random number, 0.00001327. If you go to the Pulse chart, you can see this pink line is that call I made live on stream. It's exactly where we've come up and retested again. It's a really important point on the chart. And when I made this call, there was nothing down here. It was an empty chart. It was just a black space. Okay, so I think you guys would get a lot out of it, and it's literally the cost of buying me a pint of beer a month. It's kind of like you're super chatting me once a month, but you're getting a ton of access to a ton of important alpha. All right, and then we take requests. So when I sit with you guys can request whatever altcoin you want, and I pretty much do what I do now with it and show you guys what I see in it. Simple. PMI is gay, and I told you guys that for like the last year. Everyone fucking attacked me. I'm like, guys, stop looking at the fucking PMI. It's not going to do anything for you. It's not going to help you. Have a look at BMNR that mirrors ETH just like Monster for Bitcoin. Oh, okay. That's a good one. Let me go to that. BMNR. So these are some of my concerns, man. And they're major. Like the MicroStrategy one is a big one. It like shocks my mind, like why most people aren't talking about that. It's, hello, Wall Street's not convinced. Like, what's going on? What you mean, Bitmine immersion? This thing? Is this Wall Street's exposure to ETH? That's how behind I am on some of this shit. You're kidding me? And I don't know about this? No, come on. What? I don't think so, bro. Are you sure? That's a lot of pints of beer per server liver. Yeah. Oh, and you get access to all my past videos. So I leave everything up so you guys can check receipts. Obviously, you can go to my Twitter, and I have a lot of like my famous calls, like the PulseChain, the PDI call I made. Like, obviously, you've come to, have like at the top, like.
There's the drawing right there from this summer. That's the drawing from August.
So, for example, let's say you have an altcoin. You're like, what's it going to do? Well, I draw, just like I drew PDI. Because I knew, dude, I bought PDI in 2003. I know I can see this chart in my sleep, right?
And I told you guys that's what PDI was going to do.
And watch.
Look what PDI did. Like, exactly.
And you know what's interesting about this? A lot of people, it almost tracked it, almost exactly. But even after this crash, which I couldn't predict at the time, the price came right back to meet my line that I drew months in advance. This is a long chart. This is on the daily. I drew this. I think I drew it in the summer, and then it played out in the fall.
Almost exactly. I drew this on the show like I do all the time for you.
And I draw it live, so you can see that there's no shenanigans. Like you ask me a question, you make a request, I draw it right there. I do it. And
you guys, you think maybe the market maker just literally saw what I drew and tried.
So yeah, if you think this is valuable, I mean, you should click join down below. Like I said, like buying me a beer. I think I'm worth that. I think I'm worth a drink. Livers are overrated. It's true. Tom Lee stock. Oh, BMNR. Okay, so why isn't this pumping? Wall Street ain't buying it, man. So ETH made a higher high. So this has made a higher high. In all fairness, it has. Okay, but no, man. Dude, look. If this is Wall Street's exposure to ETH, okay, like if you're an hedge fund or whatever it is, and you have access to Bitmine immersion, okay, because you can buy it right on the NYSE. This on an impulsive move on ETH like that. If we were pushing this should have. I don't want to pretend to. It should have at least gotten to. It should have done something like that, okay, and flagging out like that. Does that make sense? It makes this bigger so you guys can see. I think I would have expected at least that, man. Not to mention probably on MicroStrategy as well, something similar as well, right? So do you see what I'm doing there? So this is weak, very similar to MicroStrategy. Very weird. Like how come Wall Street? What do they know, right? Same thing when ETH broke in November 2024, and I was screaming like something's wrong on ETH, right? And I was like, hey, we're not going into alt season, something's wrong. And once again, those videos are all up. They're all up with me and Pedro. And I remember 3 videos in a row. I was like, guys, ETH this is not good. And everyone was like, we're going alt season. I'm like, yeah, I don't think so, man. You can't break a trend line right there with that much volume. Right there. All the big boys are buying BMR to get ETH exposure. Check the recent candles. Once they started buying ETH, the past, they never had a treasury, so you can rule out that history. The initial God candle is the start of these treasuries, so it's actually history starts. They are buying BMR to get ETH exposure. Okay. So this is them getting the exposure? Okay. I mean, I guess it did go up. It's a pretty decent move from, August 17th. I don't know. I don't watch this one, so I don't know. I can just speak for MicroStrategies, and that's a very weak move for it right now. So it doesn't mean that we're going to crash. It could just be maybe the move right now we have on BTC is really overextended. We're just going to get a big pullback. Okay, it could just mean that the move is a lot more overextended than was realistic. Like they just wanted. There was a lot of liquidity up there. I said it in the private group that we're going to 72 to 76 for sure. I said that a few weeks in a row, and then we literally got to 80, and there was a ton of lick there. And obviously at 83, there's probably a lot too. So we could hit 83 before we smack down. Okay, yeah. I mean, that's what I thought on that. Yeah, that move is not strong at all. Grumpy Schnauzer, what's up, man? Good to have you, brother. Good to have you. Yeah, it was weak. So, yeah, these are concerns. and then we have Kramer. Let's not forget. Oh, boy. Good times. I have a small allocation going toward my brokerage account bi-weekly. Wonder if I should take a stab at these plays tomorrow. What? Did you just chime in? Where you been? No, it's tough. We need to look. Let's let this weekend play out, man. It's gonna be interesting. Somi says, what is this? Everyone sidelined is really nervous because crypto banter just called it a huge dip to relieve them. Most crypto. Oh, I mean, I just literally said 2 seconds ago, I was like, we could push up to 83 because there's going to be a lot of lick there. And to be honest, we could go to 85K. And the reason is most people's shorts are above 83 to probably around, I don't even need to look at a map. It's probably 83 to 85 or more shorts. I bet you most of the shorts, let's go look really quick. I'm not even going to look at a heat map. You guys can look at one while I do this and then tell me if I'm right. I bet you. Let's go to a clean chart. Okay. I bet you most shorts are going to be, we might tap 86, bro. Somebody look at a heat map and tell me if I'm right. So what would happen here is something like this. Everyone's expecting a big pullback right now. And like we absolutely could just start doing this. And then whatever, come down to whatever it is, right? And then I had another chart where from my members I talk about like you could have like, an inverse head and shoulders up here, or you get a deeper flush, whatever. But I think you could absolutely, they're gonna tap this, take out all those shorts before they smack it down. everyone probably left their shorts at probably 84 to 85, so we could tap like 86. They're bastards. I small like shit's done for after Trump talked about it in his speech. What about hype and stuff is shit done for after Trump talked about it in his speech? Oh, fuck. Not so. Sorry, dude. Fucking thing. I have to look at all this shit. All right, so this is what I just drew on Bitcoin, right? So we could absolutely come up and whack that, dude. Right? And it'll look like... Stop, come here. You get like something like this. Like that. You see it, right? You guys know what I'm drawing, right? So ascending wedge there. So it just like crawls right up. But I think it would do it quick though. I mean, obviously, I'm extending this on the daily chart. It's going to happen much quicker than that. It's going to be quite quick. I should compact this so it makes sense. They have to do it in a day here. Actually, I don't know how long they could extend it for, you know. Yeah, it could look something like that, you know, and you would still have, it would still be the same shape of the, for example, and I think we could tap like 85.5 or 86K, and that would probably liquidate everybody. Okay, it would still be like, you know, an ascending wedge, right? And like I wouldn't necessarily put in a big short right here. I would probably assume we could hit 83, 84, or 85K before we turn around if it is a bull trap. You know, which is fine. There's a lot of things that can happen here. It doesn't mean we go to zero. You know, inverse head and shoulders here. You know, obviously you have 73 to 69 is like a levels that you could you know hold on to. Could come all the way to 67 at a higher low, whatever. It's possible. No screenshot. Okay, got it. Good day, gents. Slow but still around. Only TA worth paying attention to right now. Oh, thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. Good day, Sir Wolf and fam. What's up, Clintron? How are you? Good to see you guys. How long am I streaming for so far? Oh, man, wait 2 hours. All right. Where are we at? Let's go back to Twitter really quick. X. Yeah. Everyone's sideline is really nervous. Crypto managers call it a huge dip to relieve them. I respect a lot of these people. Like, you know, like he's built something really cool. I don't watch him though, but that doesn't mean I don't like him. I don't know that much about his calls, to be honest. So I don't know if you guys watch him or whatever. I don't know. Is he the Kramer of Bitcoin? I don't know. I don't watch any of these people enough. You know, I'll tune into Coffee or Somi sometimes and stuff like that. Breaking Nvidia stock falls 4%. Company beat. So we'll pump tomorrow a little bit, and then it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be really interesting. Kramer will be right in the morning, and then it'll be over. Oh, this is awesome! I've seen this. What a shit show PulseChain is. Who's Dolomite? I don't know this guy's. What a shit show. Why do you need to, why do people need feel the need to tweet this stuff? Like, why do they feel compelled to like do that? I don't think it's a shit show. Like, I mean, it's tech, dude. It just, you know, there's hiccups here and there. I could understand if, you know, it was crashed for a week or something. I'd be like, oof, that's bad. But, this guy's an idiot. Lucas Burval Insider. Why is the divorce rate in Poland so high with women like this? You never lived in Poland, bro. You never dated these girls. I lived there for over a year. The government is now telling British families to prepare. Huh? What is this? Draft? What's going on? I don't know what's going on. But obviously there's escalation happening too in Ukraine, between Russia and Ukraine. You guys see that. There was big meeting at the Kremlin. So Too Spooky gets graped, enjoys it. I don't know what's going on. Oh, some slippage or something here. What's he showing? Okay. Yeah, lost 2%. That's not the end of the world in crypto. I mean, it happens. What's he showing? Update and you push further. But yeah, cool. So something, we'll get another, so NVIDIA beat expectations. This is cool. This is an actual robot race. This is AI. It's not real. They don't have this yet. What am I talking about? They will soon, though. Dude, it's all over for women's sports. You know we're going to watch this. That's fucking awesome. This is awesome. It's so good. It's so good. I love how one of them hit the wall and exploded. So good. That was awesome. Love it. Wolfie, yo, Hexangelo, what's happening? NVIDIA just pumped. What, in the aftermarket? Hobby pilot crashes helicopter. Oh! Dude. That's terrible, man. You're flying really fast. You don't see the cables. You know what I mean? And see, they don't put the red... usually, sometimes cables will have like red rubber rings every so often, so you see it in the air. I don't know. You know, sometimes they should have aerial maps, so this is like a hobby thing. He's probably not using too much, not realizing like you have to like accommodate for that there are cables and things that based on how the light's hitting it, you may or may not see. That's an awful way to go, man. Just because Da Vinci drew a helicopter doesn't mean the Italians should be piloting them. They did not survive that. No. A 62 and a 63-year-old passenger. Antonella, a husband and wife, maybe. That's sad. But they were in their 60s. They had a good life. A gyroplane crashed. There's another. They had no chance, man. You can't see those cables. Like, we saw it at this angle, but I mean, they should have understood. Like, there's a tower here. Maybe they were by a dam, expecting weird stuff, right? Maddie says, "Buy the dip, guys. Buy the dip." No excuses flying the Alps to not know about cables, for fuck's sakes. Yeah, you gotta expect that, man. That's fucking sad way to go. Yeah, pulse to $1, man. Guys, make sure you get out there and comment and like. However small it is, like, you know, I'm not writing an essay here, but you know, all this stuff helps the algorithm, and it's like genuine engagement and stuff like that.
Please, guys, you don't have to hang yourself.
All right, let's listen to McAfee. All right, what do you think? I love this guy. Hang on, it's eating up all my bandwidth right now. Keeping U.S. hours in Europe sucks. Yeah, it took me a while. Wait, where are you, Angelo? You're in Portugal, though, right? If I remember correctly.
Any other CEO, any other bank that might be listening, please, guys, you don't have to hang yourself. You don't have to go down with your ship. You need to accept the reality of the following thing. The power structure has already changed. And it is changing more and more rapidly. In 5 years, you have two choices. There will be no JP Morgan. Jamie Dimon will be on the street with a hat and a cute puppy dog and a little box saying, please donate to feed my puppy.
Guys, smash the like button. I want to thank everybody for joining the stream, all right? Of course, click join down below so you can get ahead of the market, all right? Get the really good alpha. And, of course, Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram if you want to find me there.
Because that's the only way you'll make some money. Or come and sit at this table with us and let's discuss how you can transform yourself in a way that supports us, the people, the movement, the blockchain revolution, because it is coming. Whether you like it or don't like it, whether you want to stop it or not, it is here, it is coming. Accept the truth of your situation. I know 1,000 ways for you to integrate yourself into this movement where you will benefit even more than you do now. Because the blockchain doesn't say, don't have money. No, have as much as you want. What it says is, with that money comes no power, my friend. No more than the power that you have. That's the beauty. Get your yachts, get your massive mansions all over the world, have 1,000 Bangkok prostitutes that are cleaning your floor and cooking your food. I don't care. Nobody cares. But your power that goes along with that money is gone. You'll have no more power to make decisions that change this world than your housekeeper does today. I'm making you that offer, sir. Come and sit with me.
What? That's amazing.
Yeah, it was an intense experience. You know, I just did the work. Watched a lot of retarded people. Spent time with them, observed them. Watched all the retarded stuff they did.
Yeah, so Zelensky's in a bunker somewhere. It's amazing. You told your girl. Advice that actually works. Any advice that actually works. Yeah, dude. No, you don't shake her. You lay pipe, and you lay it good. Sometimes you gotta smash it so good that she's good for a couple weeks if that's what's needed. Guys were like, "Oh, talk to her, shake her, bro." What?
Into the air with no regard for the people.
You can use silence, but you need to be careful about it, man. You need to be a little more proactive, or you're going to end up months later in a bad situation, even worse. Whatever you do, don't talk. Yeah, exactly. Like that's why I say like you should smash really good. It's your girl. So I don't know. We prepping for a nuclear war on Friday? What's going on? It's Thursday. Let's see what happens. We're in an interesting market. Nah, bro. If she's that enraged listening, you're past the point of listening to her grumpy. You got to take action and lay that pipe. Wow. That was pretty trippy. It's pretty cool. That's what I'm going to go do now. Nah, she knows when I go silent, she messed up. All right. Amazing. All right, guys. Come to the Telegram. They're across the top. And then, of course, you should be clicking join down below so you get really good alpha on dial. Because you guys can come, you get the other Telegram group, and you can come ask questions, and I answer TA questions and to give updates on there. And, yeah, I think I shared a lot in this video. Let's see what happens. I do think that no matter what, it's too easy to expect just to pull back from here. I think we could, maybe tomorrow we get bullish. It's the last wave. And then we get some surprises. We get some fireworks. You know, we got to trust Kramer here, man. Kramer is very bullish on Bitcoin, and he's very bullish on NVIDIA, as among a few other things. He's not just bullish. He's literally saying it's a grand slam. Oh, boy. So expect probably a push up on the open tomorrow. BTC probably going up to take out all the shorts. And then we got some fireworks probably going into tomorrow evening, Friday, into the weekend. Okay. I think we should be ready for some interesting stuff. That being said, I mean, what if we just start blasting to 100K into the by tomorrow? Like, who knows? Maybe we get another God candle. Like, I'm ready for that too, because like I said, we could go to 100K. But maybe that's something we got to pull back first and we make our way up there into October, November. Who knows? We got to play this as we go. I think the focus for me is PulseChain. Of course, you know, that's where I think most of the opportunity is. So that's where most of our attention is. And you can see, irregardless of what BTC is doing, when you know, if it's our time, it's our time. So that's what I'll be keeping an eye on the most. But yeah, if you join, you can make requests for whatever though. So we can talk about whatever you guys want. But thanks for sticking around. Thanks for the likes. You guys have an amazing evening. I'm going to go do what Mr. Wizard is doing right now. Stare at the stars and head off to dreamland. So I'll talk to you pups soon. Night, everybody.